Welcome to qnawire.
So for the falling rock, we're going to say downwards is positive because it's much if it's falling, it's much easier to choose downwards to be positive. So downwards is positive. And then we can say that y initial would equal 0 meters because this is the height from which the rock is dropped. The rock has initial velocity of 0 meters per second. And we can say that the acceleration is g, or you can say positive 9.80 meters per second squared. And so we can say the displacement here, y, would be equal to h, the height of the cliff, and the time of the fall would be equal to t sub 1. So this would equal time of fall. So we can say that h is going to equal y initial plus vy initial t plus 1/2 gt squared. Again, this is going to zero. This is going to be 0. This is going to be 0. This is equaling 1/2 gt sub 1 squared. So, and then when we want to, for the sound wave, we can use the constant speed equation. We know that the velocity of sound is simply going to be equal to delta x divided by delta t. And this is going to be equal to h divided by t minus t sub 1. So t would be equal to the total time. And so t sub 1 would be equal to t minus h over the velocity of sound, where t equals the 3.4 seconds, where 3.4 seconds is the total time elapsed from dropping the rock to hearing the sound of the rock hit the ground. And now we can substitute this equation in for this equation here. And at this point, we can say that h is going to equal 1/2 g times t, capital T, minus h over v sub s, and this entire quantity is squared. And so this is going to say g over 2 times the velocity of sound squared times h squared minus, let's get a new line for this. We can say g over 2 times velocity of sound squared, h squared, so that's basically foiling this out, minus g times t divided by v sub s plus 1 times h, so we're factoring out an h, plus 1/2 times g times the total time squared. This is equaling 0. And here we're, of course, trying to solve for h. So we can say that 4.239 times 10 to the negative 5th h squared minus 1.098 h plus 56.64 equals 0. This is a quadratic equation. So we can say that if this is a quadratic equation, we can use the quadratic formula, or because this is quite complicated, we can just use the solve function on your TI-84, TI-85, or TI-89 in order to solve for h. We can simply just plug in the variables, or rather the coefficients, and solve for h. And h is found to be equal to 51.7 meters. So this would be, again, the height of cliff. That is the end of the solution. Thank you for watching.